What's up, everybody? It's Ultimate Blerds. We're back once again, and we hitting you with something a little different. I know we don't get into it a lot, but we had to talk about this movie, Predator Badlands.
It's our first movie review.
First movie review. And we hitting you with it. This joint, we both like, just to give you a preface, we both liked it. So if you're a hater, you're going to have to say what you got to say in the comments, because we like the joint.
And I'm not going to read them.
He
you on your own on this. I know. I hear what you say.
I got it.
I will have a whole episode about that one day.
But yeah, Predator Badlands, I thought it was a solid entry into the Predator franchise, personally.
Okay, I just wanted to bring it up. Rotten Tomatoes at 85.
Okay.
So it's not rotten. It's not rotten.
Yeah.
Okay, how'd you watch the movie? Because I feel like that's important. To any movie experience, how'd you watch it?
I went on release night, Dolby, whatever.
I did the same, $24.
Yes.
I
have AMC stubs, so not that, but you know.
I didn't have AMC stubs. So I didn't go to AMC, but I still paid $24. And I saw it in Dolby. And I'll give you props from what we talked about in another episode. I see why we still go to the movie theaters.
Yes. And not just...
But that's okay. Okay, hold on. Before we talk about the movie, like, let's just talk about movie theaters for like 2 quick seconds. Give me 2 seconds. All theaters, like all, I don't know what you call them, in the theaters, all the projectors aren't the same.
No.
So sometimes you can end up in a closet, right? Like when a movie's a little bit old or it's a little like off release weekend, and they put you in like the little corner joint where like it's not the stadium seating or not the fly stuff.
Yeah, it depends on the movie.
That's when I'm like, I can watch this at home. Because you're not.
I mean, if it's an older theater, they do sometimes have
even newer theaters. They got the off joint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fire. 9, 10, and 11 over there. Closet. Just saying. Anyway.
And then you fine with going to staying at home.
Yeah. But when it's the fly joint with like the 8K and the sounds, they got things all over here and then all up in the ceiling. The fire. That was fire. That is fire. But everything else. Anyway.
So that just means you got to see joint before they're about to leave the theater.
I do. I got to get back out for $24. But we saw it in the theater the best way possible. So let's set that precedent.
For sure.
Okay. What did you like about it?
I like that it was a little bit more of the background of the Predators. Like throughout the whole franchise, all we see them is like unyielding, murderous force. We don't really see much of their culture, why they do what they do, anything. I think the most we've gotten is like the animated joint that came out before Badlands and
Hunter of Hunters, I think it was.
Hunter of Hunters, that you would get some more background. I think like AVP with Sanaa Lathan.
None of those count anymore.
They count to me. So
I mean,
Sanaa Lathan counts to me.
Okay.
So, but we saw like a little bit different of the Predator not just being, I'm just killing. Like he spared the dude because he saw he had cancer. Sanaa Lathan helped them take down the alien, so she got respect. So that gave a little bit more, background of the lore, more insight.
But like, okay.
What was wrong with that?
It's like scientists, and like as a nerdy person, I'm like, the over under of me like helping a predator like take out an alien, no.
But you're not Sanaa Lathan.
Clearly. All right. Give it more backstory. Okay.
Yeah, I like that. And especially in the world of us just getting reboots and retreads, you're progressing the franchise without just going back to something works. You're giving us something new and expanding the world. Yeah. So I like that. And then on top of that, the whole Alien Predator franchise, more so the Alien side, is one of my favorite franchises. So I know how that links up. So it was cool to me to just get that as some additional background as we got an exciting new kind of installment in the universe.
So how do you feel about it in comparison? Well, how do you feel about it in relation to Prey and the animated movie that just came out?
I liked Prey because it definitely, with Prey, it gave us...
It was throwback.
Yeah, it was throwback. It gave us and it was super dope them doing it I think they did it in Comanche.
Yeah.
That was dope. Respect to the culture.
That was fire.
And it was like, oh, we respecting the culture. We giving you kind of a period piece with some cool action stuff, which we don't see very often. Most period pieces are like Pride and Prejudice. So, or Cowboys. So it was like, okay.
Yes, sir,
So it was like an action movie where it's giving you a different look into a different culture.
Yeah.
I think, what was her name? Amber Mid-Thunder.
Yeah.
She held it down crazy for being the main protagonist. I thought Prey was dope. Then Hunter of Hunters.
Or Killer of Killers, I'm sorry.
Killer of Killers. I like the animation style for one. That's always a key for me with animated joints. Like, is your animation style fire? And then on top of that, the story was cool. You gave us kind of those vignettes of each character, seeing how they got in the situation, and then them linking up at the end to kind of do their thing. So I thought they were dope. So the director, Dan Trachtenberg, he's hitting 100 for me right now.
Okay. So I'm going to just drop something in real quick because I want to do some research while you're talking about that, because I pulled up the 3 movies that are like his.
Yeah.
So Prey, and I'm just using Rotten Tomatoes. It's not like a
for sure,
scientific study.
Yeah.
94. Predator, Killer of Killers, 95. Predator, Badlands, 85.
Okay.
If you were to say why that is the case, what would you point to?
It was probably because of the fact that the Predator is the protagonist in Badlands, and there's also less goriness, which people probably weren't expecting.
You know why I think it got less than that? Because it's a buddy comedy, and
that too, yeah.
It also does the thing that Marvel does. And as soon as I saw it, I knew what type of ride I was in for. It had less to do with the violence and more of the humor. And it being kind of funny, and there's the little creature, right? And they have this little back and forth, which is kind of like funny, and then the android, you know, is like the comic relief, and Prey's not like that. Nobody's laughing in Prey.
Nah, people getting
they laugh at the beginning, right? When they did something and they didn't know the Predator was there, right? Nobody was laughing in Killer of Killers.
No.
Right? And I think I want to have a discussion about, is it okay for something to be lighthearted? In a series where usually nobody's laughing. It's not a funny moment. There's nothing funny about being hunted. Right? In all of them, even Aliens versus Predator, it's not like that. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, to me, it was well balanced. I feel like the writing was good. To an extent, some of the exchanges felt taking a little too long in the scene.
Okay.
But overall, I felt like it was balanced. One, just from a writing standpoint, if you have this murderous creature, the Predator, that you know from all the other movies is about murder, as the main character, you got to humanize it a little bit. Because it can't be the main character and be hunting people, because we're humans. We're going to empathize with what they're killing over the main character, which is going to ruin the movie. Yeah. So you kind of have to humanize him a little bit to make him sympathetic as we follow him through his adventure.
But do you have to? Because I feel like Hunter of Hunters, it was following different predators or different scenarios, but
the predator wasn't the main character.
But I mean, there are serious movies where like the main character doesn't have to be silly.
I didn't find him to be silly.
Well, not silly, but like lighthearted. Yeah,
that's how I received it. Because I mean, the synth was silly.
Yeah,
the little creature was silly.
Yeah,
but the predator wasn't. He was kind of the straight man to the jokes.
Yeah.
So that's how I saw it. It didn't bother me that much.
Yeah. There's a part of me that did feel like this movie fell into that trap that the Marvel movies do, where it was just felt like a formula that I've seen multiple times this year, right? And so it's just like, I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed it. I did like the back and forth. I did like, to me, to your point, I like that it did give me backstory. I think one of the flyest scenes in the whole Predator franchise is when the Predators came to Danny Glover and gave him the gun. Yeah. And it's like, wait, hold up. There seems to be a lore here. Exactly. Right? And I think it did take them out of, because even in Killer of Killers, you got to see their homeworld. You got to see how they lived. And so I thought that was cool. Right. To see how they lived. To see they're like a warrior tribe and he was kind of like a runt. And so, and you know, we've kind of talked about this before in all the movies you listed. Yeah. How many times we go see one person versus a predator in a time period piece?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, this was a nice expansion to, we still are recognizing this is a Predator movie, but it's just a different angle on it. So that's why I enjoyed it, because there's only so, like, we had Prey, we had Predators, we had the first three, we had AVP. Then we had the animated one, which gave us another angle on, okay, they can take people from different time periods, have them in suspended animation, whatever. Yeah. And part of their culture is having them fight, that type of thing. Then this gave us another expansion. We see the dynamics between him, his father, his brother, all of that. Him going to another world and fighting things that aren't humans, but still just as formidable.
I think that's something that I liked, was the world. Yeah. Like a world that was built to kill you. Right. And like everything happening in that world, like the blades of grass. Yeah. Right. Like as soon as he landed, it was on.
It was
right?
action immediately.
Somebody brought up a point that one of the things, remember when he went to go free the little sidekick's mother? Yeah. And there was like the little tree thing in there. Yeah. And this is going to bring me to my next point on why I like this movie, was he would say, I think that's the plant that was in Alien Earth. Oh. That pulled the girl up. Remember? Maybe maybe no. But I think that's what's wild. And to me, like, that's where it starts getting interesting, was like Weyland-Yutani was there. Yeah. That's true. Why was Weyland-Yutani there?
That's what I'm saying.
Especially if you think about Alien Earth, right? And like where that's tying in and where this could go, right? This could be a new take on Alien versus Predator, maybe, right? But just having like acknowledging things in other movies and other shows, it does this world building in a way that Marvel did before in the past, where it's like, could be, could not be. Right. Maybe, maybe no, we don't know. You know, this movie felt like it was kind of like its own standalone lane. Yeah. Like there wasn't really too much of a tie-in of Killers or Prey, which I would have liked. I think the ending of the movie to me was like a miss, because it's like, it's my mother. Oops, spoiled it. Well, no, I didn't, because you don't even know what I'm talking about. Now that I think about that, but that ending, I think there could have been some more tie-ins there. But I guess I just have to live with the Weyland-Yutani.
I thought it was kind of like, okay, you're leaving it open for a sequel or whatever it may be. I think they could have went other places with it, but I definitely do like how you sprinkle things from other properties in, because, like you said, with the Alien Earth, at the end of Alien Earth, those synths on the island, they're only on the island. So now we're seeing Predator. We know they've continued the synth technology. Yeah. And pretty fire with it too. You know, the other thing that this does that most movies haven't been doing, right? And I could go on about Transformers and what Michael Bay has done to my beloved G1 franchise. But anyway, this was the first time, like, we've seen a movie with monsters and like there were no, like, I kind of count the Sith as like kind of human, but not really. But there were no human beings, and there were no, like, usually to me what has made Predator suffer in like past iterations, it's like it's human beings running around. It's almost like a ride, like an old Disney ride. Yeah, humans are running around, and the Predator or the alien is like doing things around them. And even though they are the focus of the movie, they're always kind of like doing this other stuff, where this was the first time where it was just like, it's just predators and aliens. Right. And I think this was I think if it
test well, I think that's where you start being able to get like a real aliens versus predator, and there's no human beings. Or if they are, they're just cannon fodder.
Right.
Because we know that the focus is on the predator.
Right.
Like this is the first time like you had multiple predators, you know, a family, and then you got to see more of them around.
Right.
You got some structure, and there was no human beings, and the movie was still good. Like
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could see a case where they would say, well, there's a science team here, and like he's there, and it's really about these, you know, high profile actors doing something, and the predator kind of comes in and helps them, and this was like, no, we just gonna get rid of all that, and focus strictly on them.
Right. That's true. And it also changed the stakes a little bit because, one, the synths, well, I mean, we saw the synths got massacred. But they also were a little more durable than a human would be.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, there's still some level of danger for the predator, mostly because of the numbers, because it was a whole base of synths in the crowning, like, final conflict. But it was still like, and you saw that with the ending, he didn't bring back the monster, he brought back the head of the synth. Yeah. So it was like, that's showing, okay, we recognize the synth as being dangerous too.
Yeah. And we can do this without humans. I think where people just are upset really is just the tone. Yeah. But even at near the end of the movie, it does the same thing that all Predator movies do. Where they use what's around you and set something up for the final battle. For every sure. Prey, they always end up figuring out how to use something. It was just his turn to do it. Right. So, you know, he goes to get the blades of grass to build his own claw. He builds his own face mask, right? He does. It's kind of like how Prey was. It was really about using what was around you, and that's always kind of been like a key point in Predator movies. I just think the tone is what is like really messing people up.
Yeah, they didn't like a PG-13 like.
I feel it.
I didn't in a movie that's usually just straight murder.
It's like. I mean, this is kind of like what I can think about off the top of my head. I love RoboCop, right? And RoboCop was like historically rated R, a lot of satire, a lot of violence, and then I think they dropped that one. I think he was PG-13.
The latest one.
Yeah, it came out like 2010, 2012, something like that. Yeah, and it didn't have that same tone. It wasn't necessarily a bad movie. No. But I think what people might have wanted was that Dan had like such a unique style for 2 movies. Then, you know what it's like when your rapper, your favorite artist, like has been dropping like underground classics, and then they finally get that deal. And then
change up their flow.
Yeah, or just like the project feels really like commercial. And it's like, well, I had to do this because now, like, this is the big one that's coming out. Like,
nah, for sure. And I mean, that's something people gotta realize in the movie industry. Like, if I'm dropping X amount of millions on a project, I have to appeal to that 4-quadrant kind of audience to make sure I maximize my money. I can't. If you want to have, sometimes if you want to have those creative freedoms of, oh, everything's straight murder, like we killing 8 people a second, you're going to have a smaller budget for your project.
And looking at the movies, right? The first 2 are like straight to Hulu.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this was the big budget movie.
Because this was the one like Disney had a hand in because they own Fox now. Yeah. So it was like, hey, those are the realities of producing movies. And again, like we're both saying, it didn't make a bad movie to me. No. It was just a different one.
It was, it's going to sound messed up, but it was like a typical kind of action movie that you kind of see with this cast of characters. Like, it's just, I think that's the thing. It's like, we've seen this story before. And I think for Predator, it's like, Predator has its own kind of like story before. Like, this is kind of like the Predator, like, toolkit. Yeah. And it's like, you drop that toolkit off to pick up the traditional box office smash I don't know. What did you think about Ellie Fanning?
I thought she did pretty well, like playing two characters.
Which is not, she's up there to me with everyone else who's done, like with Mickey 17. Mm-hmm. To be able to do that is difficult. And I thought she,
and especially playing off yourself.
Yeah.
And playing characters that were subtle. I mean, it wasn't super subtle, but like technically they were the same character, but they had different personalities. Yeah, so
completely different demeanors. Yeah.
Yeah. So being able to do that and playing against yourself, I'm sure is a pretty hard task for an actor. Yeah. And she did it really well, in my opinion. Yeah. And made them feel unique. Yeah. And they were pillars to the story, and she handled it well.
Yeah. The ending fight scene was okay. It wasn't the best.
You didn't like the power loader?
Nah. You know what it is? It's because I never got to see the Predator get busy. Mm-hmm. Like the way you want him to, right? Because we're used to them always being kitted out. Yeah. And even when they're not kitted out, they still like throw hands. And he did with the android, but it was just kind of like the final boss was like a team effort with everybody, and it was like a big mech. Kind of felt like a video game where usually it's a little more like, when I say grounded, it's usually more like a one-on-one type of deal. So that was okay. I mean,
you didn't like when he was handling them in the lab?
No, that was fire. That's what I'm saying. That part was fire. The big mech suit was where I kind of was like, I mean, I get it. Yeah. It was cool, but it was just kind of like, that's what I think is, I'm going to just keep harping on this the whole time. I think it just, because I get why people are upset, but I love the movie though. Right. Like, that's the funny thing is like, I see why people say what they say, but I'm also of the same mindset of, how often am I going to get a Predator movie?
Right. I mean, to me, I'm like, you need variety within a franchise. Yeah. So if you make every movie the exact same, it eventually starts having diminishing returns. Yeah. Which we saw. I mean, I don't know if this was exactly the reason, but we had the first 3 Predators, and then we didn't get another one for years. Yeah. Because it was like,
first Predator was GOAT. The second one was, I just remember watching that with my father on TV. Yeah. But first one was cool. Yeah.
So, like, where do you go from there?
Where would you go? Let me ask you that. Where would you go?
From this one? Yeah. I mean, from this one, I would say you could start tying more into, like you said, we see the Weyland-Yutani connection, so we know that's connected to aliens. Yeah. Connected there, you already got Alien Earth and all of that going, so you can bring them together to have another kind of alien predator matchup in some way, I think. Because it's either that or we go back to like the straight up predator homeworld, and then we just have a huge kind of examination of how their culture works. You build up this new predator as a but would protagonist. That make money? I think if you just got predators fighting predators, we saw. I feel like
would it do good box office, or is that a Hulu or a box office? Because I feel like that's a Hulu choice.
I feel like if you do it well, it could be box office because that's something we've never seen. If you take, I mean, you have what's his name in the new one, Deck. If you have him, going to the Predator homeworld with his new squad, because I don't see them letting this one just go. Yeah. Of after he killed his father, his mom's coming through. We got to see that showdown. He got the synth and this new animal with him. If he's able to build his own kind of family clan and then go ride out on the Predator homeworld or something new, that's something we've never seen before.
So it's either going to be some type of like Hunger Game. Like if I tie it in, right? Remember Killers, like they started collecting people. Yeah. So we're either going to get some kind of like Hunger Game, winner take all thing on the homeworld, or we're going to get some type of Alien vs. Predator. Yeah. Here's something I just thought about. What if it was a TV show? Because Alien Earth kicked ass for like 5 straight episodes.
Not 5.
I mean, all the episodes were
8.
It was 8. All the episodes were good, but I'm saying like it was just like wall to wall.
Oh no, I definitely think it.
Yeah.
Toward the end for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but them first 5, like you can say what you want. Yeah. So would you want a show? After seeing this and then liking this, would you rather the next one be a show? Or?
I feel like a show would give too much to fill in. Because, I mean, for me, The Predator, while I'm interested in the backstory, I don't feel like it's super deep.
Yeah.
To go into like 8 episodes of it. It's like, we're a warrior culture. We like killing things. You can explain that in a movie and then just be wall-to-wall action. A TV show, I feel like, gives too much space to fill in to where you'd either have to, like, if I'm about murder, that's not really drawn out. Yeah. You'd have to draw it out so much of like, I'm stalking down this prey or something where it's like, there'd be too much filler and people be like, this is boring.
After watching this, I would be happy with more like probably direct to Hulu, or it's probably gonna be Disney because I think they bought Hulu. Yeah, I would be more happy with those because then you could let loose a little bit. I think when you have like big blockbusters like this, you owe it, like you said, to that 4 quadrant to make something that's like 4 quadrant, where like the other 2 movies were made like strictly for like this type of thing. It had this type of tone, and it could do that because it was on a place where it didn't have to like have these super high expectations and succeed. I'm not saying it's watered down, but I will say like in a thing that is like hyper violent, in a character that like gets its appeal mostly from its stoic nature of like not talking and not really like joking around. I do wonder if there was a sequel, would they allow like Dex to be more stoic or Dax? Would it allow him to be more stoic like other Predators and like kind of like in less comic relief? Or would it have to continue on the formula that it used to get success this way?
I mean, I think if they make their box office on this joint and it does well financially, they'd be willing to give more leeway to
a rated R, maybe.
Yeah, because they established him as a character. Now they can play with it a little bit more, I feel like. And I mean, they always could be like, hey, we're going to give you a smaller budget. Give us a hybrid of what we did in Badlands and what you did in Prey. Yeah. And see where that goes.
Well, if you get, no one likes the, out of 10 or 5 mics or whatever you want to call it. But out of 10, what are you giving it?
What, an 8.5, I'd say.
I'm at an 8.
I think that's pretty fair. Because it's like, it wasn't crazy action. No. The action it had was well done. Yeah. The CGI was great. I thought the plot line, the writing was good. They established quick, fast motivations of characters, what the situation is without we didn't have to have the the formative year scene of him in the alley and his parents getting killed like you have to do every other Batman. It was like, okay, this is going on. Yeah. This happened. Now you're left on this planet. Yeah. Like that I think the beginning of the movie took maybe 5 to 10 minutes to establish all that. Yeah,
it didn't take long for him to get to where he needed to get to.
Yeah, and then it was, I'm here trying to survive, let's go. It wasn't, in years past, the Predators, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it just got a little buddy-buddy a little bit. A little too buddy-buddy in certain sequences. Like, I probably could have cut some of that out.
Yeah, some of it was a little
That's why I'm giving it like an 8. Yeah. Like, really solid Predator movie, but some of that stuff they probably could have cut, and I probably would raise it a little more. And I would even take the hijinks, just for kind of cutting a little more to the action. Right. Or just something happening versus like the long walks and the sitting, like, because this is a killing machine, essentially. No, and like, I paid a ticket to watch it kill. I didn't pay a ticket to watch it make friends. Yeah. I'm here for the killing. Like, as long as you put the killing at the front, we're good.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
I love that our first movie is an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know what our next movie will be.
Boy,
maybe Running Man.
We skipped a few movies, so
yeah,
because those joints y'all wouldn't have liked us. In our
you might have
those.
You might have.
Fantastic Four.
I think it's on Disney. I'll watch it and we can review it. How about that? That's our next movie review. Even though it's old, we'll still watch it.
I don't want to rewatch that.
No, I'll watch it. You have your notes. I just haven't seen it.
I don't have any. My note is it was whack.
Jesus. Okay.
So we don't need to waste the episode on that.
Dang.
I'm just saying, like we only bring things that give us a solid episode for our viewers.
They might want to listen. They might like the Predator and Killing. They might want to see us tear something down.
If they don't know Fantastic Four was whack, they're not wasting any more of my life with it.
You said that. Well, that's an episode. Will Fantastic Four ever be good? Will there ever be a good one? Will there ever be a good one?
Sheesh. I don't know. It's tough.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah.
But Predator, go see that joint if you haven't seen it. We liked it.
It's an 8 out of 10. We recommend. Yeah. Go see it. In the theater.
In the theater, because the sound design's great. The graphics are great. It's a good movie. Yes, it's not as much killing as the other Predators.
But there's still a lot of action.
It's still a lot of action. And it's well done action. So go see that joint. We giving you movie reviews. We giving you nerd stuff. We giving you tech stuff. We giving you movie reviews.
And what would you give the movie? How about that? What's your score? We gave it an 8.
What you would give the movie? And also put in the comments other movies you want us to review. And we'll see what we can do about that. All right? So here, Ultimate Blerds, movie review. We'll see you on the next joint. Peace.